Raw Underground is now being cross-promoted on the Kevin Steen show. So these are just the YouTube clips. I didn't see every bit of everything, thank God. But these are the YouTube clips that the WWE puts out. So basically, what we gathered from this exercise is that Kevin Owens had Shane McMahon on the Kevin Owens show, which is, of course, second only to Piper's Pit in legendary status among interview segments. And they were chatting amiably about Raw Underground and Dabba-Kato, who, as you will recall, is that 7-foot giant fucking guy that he has a good look, and we have no idea what the fuck's going on with him because he's just the guy that fights in Raw Underground, which looks like a low-budget fucking male version of Girls Gone Wild from the 90s. So then they bring Dabba-Kato out to confront Kevin Steen, and apparently were they appearing to set up a match between Steen and Dabba-Kato at some point? Verbiage was going on to that end, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Okay, here was not a favor for Kevin Steen, because he looked like an extra crispy lump of shit next to Dabba-Kato. He's a foot shorter. He's a lot paler. I think he's gaining weight back. I think he's gaining weight since the pandemic. Did it look like Steen was fleshing out a little bit to you?
I didn't notice any difference, to be honest.
He had lost a little weight there for a while. But anyway, so Kevin Steen, Owens, slaps the shit out of Dabba-Kato, and this guy they're building is this giant monster. And Shane's in there, right? But he slaps the shit out of fucking Dabba-Kato and then brings out Strowman, and Strowman gets his music and his entrance. Dabba-Kato's bowing up at Steen. But if a guy, this is not even because of our old goddamn issues with me and Steen. If a guy that looks like Kevin Steen slaps a guy that looks like Dabba-Kato in the face, and it's especially on a wrestling program, not just out in the street where maybe Dabba-Kato's like, shit, I got warrants, whatever. Is anybody, and you're trying to get Dabba-Kato over as a new force on a fucking program, should he have stood there and took that slap, or should there have been fisticuffs?
Instantly.
But he stood there instead with Shane backing him up. No, wait for Raw Underground. While here comes Strowman, and then they have a face-off. And they're both the same height, and they're the big guys. But Shane was trying to sell like a fucking auctioneer in an empty building. We all want to see it. Save it for Raw Underground. No, don't do it now. It's just so awkward. I like Shane so much, I feel bad for him. They're doing everything that plays to his weaknesses instead of his strengths. And the announcing and or verbal refereeing, getting in between people, are the two things that Shane are the weakest at, and that's what they're having him do. Anyway, suddenly, while these two giants are being told by Shane, wait for Raw Underground, which apparently we've also been told is in the back. So it's just a hop, skip, and a jump over there, and suddenly the whole complexion of things changes, and it's an illicit underground fight world where probably mass amounts of fucking black tar heroin are being fucking won and lost. I don't fucking know. Anyway, while all this is going on, have I lied so far, Brian?
No, not at all.
Have I ever lied to you? That's what Ernie Ladd said to me when he called us up saying Vince wants you in the WWF in 1986. Have I lied to you? Have I ever lied to you? You can make more money than you've ever made in your life. Have I ever lied to you? Anyway, suddenly, while this is going on, Aleister Black appears. They've got to cross-pollinate all their angles, don't they? Aleister Black appears and trips Steen and jerks him and crotches him 3 times on the fucking ring post. 3 times, like once wouldn't be good enough. 3 times, and Shane even said he's still got the microphone in the ring. Nobody's doing anything to try to help Steen now. Shane said 3rd time's a charm. Like, can you get this over with? Because I'm selling my fight up here. They completely ignored Aleister Black laying Steen out and fixing it so he can't ever have children. So Shane could say to the big guy, stay focused. Raw Underground, Battle of the Behemoths. And then they have the fight in the Raw Underground. I don't know what Dabba-Kato's background is. I think we've seen it's almost impossible to move Strowman around anywhere he don't want to go because of how big he is. They look like that, at least Strowman did. I don't know what Dabba-Kato can do. Like they have trained some in some type of grappling in a gym somewhere, but they obviously don't have any high level fucking background at it. And it was bad fake fighting, especially after watching the Ring of Honor show and then seeing a bad fake fighting and worse punches in a completely fake premise, with Shane doing a running stream of consciousness commentary over the top of it that wasn't very good. And then, were my eyes deceptifying me, Brian, or did Dabba-Kato lose?
That was the part that stunned me. Out of all this, that was the part I couldn't believe.
He got beat in 2 minutes by Braun Strowman. Okay, we already know Strowman's over as he's going to get. He's been there. It's not like there's going to be any revolutionary fucking, wow, Braun Strowman's the biggest star in the business at this point. He's where he's going to be. We didn't know about the other guy. So if he beat Braun Strowman in 2 minutes, you'd go, wow. Well, maybe after the presentation, you'd go, huh? But not wow. But anyway, what the fuck? Why do this? Why even have this if you're just going to beat the fucking guy? Oh, my God. I cannot explain why that happened. Can you?
I can't explain why that happened, no.
Maybe Vince is mad at Shane. I'll show you, Dabba-Kato, pal.
How ridiculous is Shane on the mic the whole time that Fight Club is happening? And it's so bad. It's so bad.
Anyway,
I'll tell you, we need to do this every few weeks because it makes me relax my feelings about AEW when I see this. This is the universe that AEW exists in, where this is the main wrestling show for the main wrestling promotion. Did you watch any more of the clips?
Well, yes, I was about to say, all of this was just a prelude